Hello everyone, Destroyer here, and I'm back with another cast of BFME II. So today we'll be looking at a 6-player free-for-all on Dead Marshes that I played and I didn't do a live commentary of, so I'm doing a replay cast. So here we are. I am Destroyer and I am the Elves. In the top middle there, top right we have LifeThug, who is the Dwarves. And down here in the bottom right we have me, not me, but me, ME, as the Men of the West. Right next to him is another Men of the West player, Matthew. In the bottom middle there, bottom left we have an Isengard player, DaRkMagic. And the last person, but no means least, is Dummy, the Mordor player in the top left. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see what's happening for starting there. I'm opening with 2 trees and a oh, this is a 1K game, by the way, which I don't normally play. I don't normally play 1K on patch 1.06 of BFME II because I just feel BFME II is kind of unbalanced in a way, and I feel 4K is just more fun in general. But I do 1Ks on occasion, and this is one of them. But we'll go with the barracks there. You have a barracks, or well, Hall of Warriors even, with some Guardians being pumped out there by LifeThug. Barracks from ME, I'm going to call him ME, because if I say me it's kind of confusing, as you might imagine. And looks like some Gondor soldiers being sent out immediately by Matthew there, going around the white layer. Probably I'm going to try harassing some farms of this guy here. The Isengard player getting some guy. Everyone's pretty much going barracks. And some guys. That's to be expected. Tavern being thrown down by Dummy. I'm not sure what he's doing though. I mean, oh, okay, he saved it for a Nazgul. I was gonna say he doesn't really have much because he has a builder over here. Hasn't done anything. He's just running off 2 slaughterhouses, which isn't a whole lot. But the Nazgul will definitely prove handy. Especially early on. It's a very quick Nazgul. And he will begin whittling away at this white. Nazgul should be able to take a white down. Alright. Now it looks like the 2 Gondor players are attacking each other here. Actually, looks like Matthew went for the Goblin Cave. In the bottom right, possibly get some more resources and power points. Good call. And now he'll begin chasing these Gondor soldiers around from the other Men of the West player and me. Anyone else sending any attack forces out? Looks like Isengard's pushing out a little bit. With what is those pikemen? Yep, some pikes and some swordsmen. Pretty early pikes, but honestly, good choice because there's a Nazgul. I don't know if he knows that. I don't think he does. Total guess, I would imagine. So I guess he just wanted to open up with some pikes to do some damage with. And Dummy might lose his tavern here. Doesn't he get his Nazgul back home? He's very concerned about it. Look at the Nazgul's life. As you see, it can barely take a white at patch 1.06. The tavern will go down there. We're throwing out some Corsairs though. There's the Tainted Land on the ground. I mean, the Corsairs have armor? Is that what it does in this patch? 50% armor. That's what Tainted Land does on 1.06. That's right. It's very different from Rise of the Lich King patch 2.02, which gives like 33% damage and attack. So that's what I'm used to. It looks like Matthew's attack on ME is going fairly well. He's going to take out a farm here. Throwing down his, both Men of the West players actually got the, fuck, what was it called? Elmwood. I forgot what it's called there for a second. Got some tower guards here. One of the coolest looking units there is. Their armor. Alright, what am I doing? Looks like I got some, archers here. I'm keeping them in the trees so they're stealth. Now the dwarves are going to attack me. Bad for me. He's throwing down his rally call. You see the dwarves? I'm beginning to engage here. Looks like they do have the charge attack because they're level 2. So he used that, which is very, very useful. That does give them the bonus 25% armor and damage, which is amazing. I always recommend getting your Guardians level 2 if you can, just so you can use that charge attack. Looks like Mordor is doing a little bit of harassment there. Not doing a whole lot of damage though. And Isengard is continuing to do damage there, although he has lost his spikes, so these Nazgul should be able to clean up. And Matthew still whittling away at ME though. ME though has Boromir, unless that is actually Matthew's Boromir. No, that was Matthew's Boromir. He's hiding in the trees, I can't really see him. But it seems he is okay. Demolisher was being sent at my base, looks like I took it out. You gotta watch out for those Demolishers, they're extremely overpowered in Petro 1.06. They're so hard to stop and they do so much damage. Plus they do trample your units when they walk through. So there's that to keep in mind. And I think the Men of the West player, ME, is going to be in trouble here if Matthew keeps up the pressure. He does even have some soldiers back here, but he's not going to get very far with these ones chasing him. Especially since he'll be taking damage for being in aggressive stance, while the other enemy is in aggressive stance attacking him. But at least not a whole lot of damage is being done to the fortress. So ME has that going for him. But yeah, being able to take on all these soldiers on this Elven Wood being very difficult because he has that bonus 50% armor, which is huge. Plus he has that Boromir, which is also pretty huge. So my counterattack is being obliterated by a battle wagon. Was not prepared. My pikemen way out of position. Even still out of position, and I lose it. Pretty much lose that entire battalion except for the banner carrier. I have 2 banner carriers. At least I did build a well. But yeah, Dwarves just completely wrecking me here. As my pikemen are just way out of position at all times. So he used the oil cast there. Managed to kill off a banner carrier there, I think. Oh. Matthew getting a full surround with his Men of the West. And I think this could be it for ME. In this patch, Men of the West don't have rebuild. So his fortress will go down, probably, I would imagine. Boromir is very hurt though. Let's take a look at powers real quick. LifeThug the Dwarf has Rally Call. Isengard, DaRkMagic has Slight Power. Palantir. I have Rally Call. Is he not taking the fortress out? What is he doing? Matthew, the Men of the West player here, the pink one, is purple. I'm not sure what that is. It's Tom Bombadil, Elvenwood, and that. He is Tom Bombadil, so he could throw that down. He doesn't need to, though. I'm sure he knows that. ME only has this. And now it doesn't matter because he has no fortress. So Mordor has a couple things there as well. The Eye and the Tandalian. And Mordor's fortress still stands, so he's not in any danger at the moment. And he's sending Corsair raids to attack Isengard there. Corsair is obviously the best unit for Mordor in patch 1.06. Just because they're so fast, so strong, and they get cheap. Especially with more inns. Ooh, there's a battle wagon, or a demolisher here. If I don't get on that quickly, I'm going to regret it. But I'm very occupied with this Dwarven army. And now I see that there is this there, desperately trying to stop this thing.
Protect these lands.
Looks like I actually bumped it up there somehow. But as you see, it just completely ran over that entire army of our battalion of swordsmen. It stops for no one. And now it's going straight for my fort. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I remember what happens here. He deploys it even. When you deploy it, it gets increased armor, but makes it immobile. Of course, it doesn't need to be mobile when it's right in front of your fortress. And now, I will more than likely lose my fortress here. Deal with some pikes, and the rest of my army is still here, but I think it's too late. And my fort does go down. And that's the power of the dwarves, really. You have to stop those demolishers at all costs, and they're just so hard to stop. It's a bit overpowered. I hate I hate the demolisher with a passion. It's kind of like the Moonkill for dwarves, except it's actually stronger than the Moonkill in a way. Unless you're fighting heroes, then of course Moonkill obviously is stronger. Alright, well, that will spell doom for me, I would imagine. I don't see myself coming back from that after being, or having my fortress knocked down. As long as the dwarves keep up the pressure, they should take me out fairly easily. As you see, the other Men in the West player has been taken out. Matthew taking over his lands with farms. And what's his Boromir is level 5 or 4. He's about to get level 5 once he destroys this and gets the gold. Of course, in this patch, you have to gather gold to actually get those levels off of layers generally, which is a strange way of doing it, but it works, I guess. Warg riders. Looks like they're making short work of these corsairs, as the dwarves are making short work of my base, instantly destroying my structure with a shake foundation. I will be killed off here momentarily, and that will bring the player total down to 4. There you go, destroyer has been defeated. That sucks for me, but it happens. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Nazgul on top levels of Nazgul, almost level 6, so he'll be able to get his Mortal Blade soon enough. Looks like DaRkMagic is attacking the Mordor player. Is dummy. Good positioning, right in between the buildings. Able to knock that down super fast. Positioning is pretty key when you attack buildings. You need to get your guys so they all attack if they can. These arrow towers are doing massive amount of damage. That's pretty brutal. But yeah, if you get your guys, like, if you just send a battalion, you just click on a building, the back guys in the back row want to actually attack the structure. So you kind of have to position your stuff to where they're actually reaching it. And it's pretty important. We got an Aragorn from Matthew. Level 5 already, almost level 6. Soon enough, I'm sure. That's useful. He has leadership and he has Blade Master, obviously. Aragorn just being overpowered as heck in this patch. Just like Gimli is. Gimli and Aragorn are just so overpowered. But it will remain to be seen if those two will be a deciding factor in this game or not. I don't remember who wins this, honestly. I played this a few days ago, I think, but I don't remember who wins. I just remember that I lost. And really, that's all you need to know. That's all I need to know. Alright, let's take a look at his base here. He's got Rohirrim being put out here, also going for his upgrades. Isengard not doing much of anything, honestly. He has the ability to make more troops, because this is lit up. I mean, let's look at his command points. He's only got 190 command points of 400. He should be really spending his command points better. Looks like Mordor got Barricade, which is pretty useful. Barricade in patch 1.06, obviously very, very good. Wildman from DaRkMagic, the Isengard player. Wildmen are obviously very good as well. But not a whole lot going on at the moment. Looks like Lurtz is out here. Level 6 Lurtz, no less. That Nazgul will have to be very careful, or he'll get cripple striked, which is on cooldown, but he already did get cripple striked. But if he could cripple strike again, potentially take that Nazgul out super fast with that carnage. It's always something you have to be careful of when you're versing Isengard. Now the Men of the West are pushing in on Mordor or Isengard here, possibly. There's a builder. There's a builder in the army. Possibly going to make a forward base or make more farms. He's making more farms. Matthew seems to be a decent player. He knows what he's doing. Expanding and conquering at the same time. He is pushing forward on Isengard here. This could be pretty disastrous. And it looks like he's pulling back. Or repositioning, maybe? I think he's pulling back. I think the Isengard player said 2v1. And of course, people always say that in free-for-all when they're getting double-teamed, and then the people back off, and they're just, ugh. That's not how you play free-for-all, guys. 2v1 is a part of free-for-all. But, whatever. So he's backing up. And I guess it's a good thing, though, because the dwarves are on the way. Yeah, I do remember him saying 2v1, so that's why he's running away. But a confrontation between the dwarves and the men will arise here. Dwarves running their battle wagon right into the tower guards. Oh god, a barrage coming down from the dwarves. Looks like that one being thrown down to try and minimize casualties. It does a decent job of it. There's a few guys here and there still alive from the men of the west, but overall his army is pretty decimated. Boromir using his horn though. Actually, looks like there's actually a fair amount of men of west still left alive in there, surprisingly enough. Although there is two of these he has to contend with. It looks like Aragorn going to be killing Glowing easily with his Blade Master. Immediately going after these demolishers. Looks like he takes them out, no problem. No problem for the men of the west. He has no issues with demolishers whatsoever. And he has Rohirrim to deal with these summoned men of Dale as well, which is quite nice. This Isengard player really needs to expand and make more troops. I don't know what he's doing. He has a total of 0 troops.
What do we do now?
That's not very good. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I understand he doesn't have the money because he's spending it, but perhaps he should be spending money on troops and not whatever he's spending his money on. Matthew has Cloudbreak now, the Men of the West player, and it looks like he's going to attack the dwarves. A vicious counterattack is on its way. He does have Tom Bombadil ready to go as well. And dwarves obviously have Barrage and Men of Dale, but they have been used. Who owns the Signal Fires? Mordor owns one that's knocked down. Nobody owns this one. Perhaps the Men of the West should pick that up. Be pretty helpful, I'd imagine. And now we have a attack from Gondor here. He's gonna take out this Hall of Warrior. Did I say Dwarven Barracks? Dwarven Barracks. I thought it was called the Hall of Warriors. Whatever. Maybe that's a patch thing. I'm pretty sure it's called Hall of Warriors. But looking at it, it is called a Dwarven Barracks. So there you go. Mordor's base is going to be pretty tough to take out, I'd imagine, with all these arrow towers. Although, if you get armor upgrades or some trebuchets or something, it wouldn't be too hard to deal with. Looks like Isengard's finally getting some troops. But really, he needs some more furnaces, as well as some troops. Get some battle wagons with Men of Dale. In this patch, those are very, very powerful. Especially when you put them in this. If he was to stick these in this mineshaft, he could use the bug, where they would just shoot from the mineshaft. Although, opting not to do that, so I could give him props for that. I honestly hate when people abuse bugs like that. I try not to do it myself, but sometimes you need to. But yeah, those bugs are just really, really irritating. I like that one. And it looks like we have a forward base from Matthew right in the back of the dwarves' base. That's not going to bode well for the dwarves at all. So Sicilian Rangers defending it. Tom Bombadil being summoned down after a cloud break, and he's going to get a good sonic song off on these guys, I imagine. There he goes. Kills the majority of them. And that little leveled up Guardian battalion will be killed. And the battle wagon getting stuck there, going to go down. One more hit. Can't quite catch it though. And things are looking very bad for the dwarves. Oh, I didn't see this either. We have trebuchets being built right in front of the dwarves' base. So yeah, dwarves definitely gonna probably be the next person killed off, I'd imagine. This is pretty hard to deal with, especially in his position. Looks like he threw a oil barrel there. Fire in this patch does a lot of damage, as you see. Immediately setting fire to the barracks, or the farm there, destroying it easily. We do have a trebuchet out here, and he'll begin destroying the fortress. He has his tower guards and porcupine formation to keep it safe. So the guardians are going to have to cut their way through that before they can actually get to it. Unfortunately for him, Aragorn is here, as Boromir is as well. Well, we have Gimli though. Although he is level 1, not going to prove to be too useful quite yet, especially against all this. But he has to go straight for these trebuchets, as you see. They're threatening his very existence. Will he manage to get both trebuchets? He does. He sacrifices Gimli to take out 2 trebuchets, but unfortunately, Siegeworks is chugging away, building him out. Another Siegework put right in front, and he'll actually get twice the amount of trebuchets in half the amount of time once that is up. So yeah, Dwarf's definitely going to die here. No way in hell that he's coming back from this. It's possible he can run off and build somewhere else, but his main base will be destroyed, I would imagine. Sauron's level 5 here. Not bad. Seems like a lot of players are keeping their heroes in an aggressive stance. I don't know if that's really necessary, because they do take more damage, but whatever. Lots and lots of Corsairs with upgraded weapons there. The blade upgrade. Forged blades. And now Isengard is going to be in trouble, in a world of hurt, very, very shortly. Although I think Mordor should have built catapults. It's not like they didn't have the time or the resources to do so. Let's go back over here. Men of Dale being summoned down, trying to stop the Men of the West, but it looks like the fortress does go down there. Too many trebuchets, too many troops. And basically, this base has already been built for Matthew here, so this land is already his. He's actually building farms while the dwarves are still here. Immediately just taking over, setting up shop. Although his builder might die here. Oh, looks like he gets a farm down before he dies. Very, very close. Doesn't destroy this, or else that builder will probably die to the axe towers. He's in a better position. Some of his troops in there. So Isengard's attacking a little bit. Wildman summon going down. For all the amount of time that Isengard has had, I'm surprised this is all they have. So I'm not sure that Isengard knows what they were doing. Isengard is the strongest economy. He even has industry. He just doesn't have anything. Man of the West has 3,000 bank. Mordor has 4,000. Possibly can get a Witch King soon enough. LifeThug doesn't have much, obviously. And I don't know where Isengard's money has gone, but it doesn't seem to have gone in any place productive. And Mordor will probably take him out here. Lots of Corsairs, a Worm as well. Worm obviously extremely useful. Takes out structures really quick. Although it comes up right under his own guys. It also does friendly fire, so you have to be careful with that. Lurtz is out in the field. He is already in carnage. Looks like Mount Sauron will go down. He doesn't even get rid of his last arrow tower though. And he does need to send more men. I don't know if this will be enough Corsairs to take us out. I think it might. They're doing good damage, especially with the eye on top of them. Yeah, they should be enough. This is actually a level 5 battalion of Corsairs. And it looks like Isengard will lose their fortress very shortly. It's going to be really close. If he does save it, it's going to be by the skin of his teeth. But it'll only be a matter of time before anything comes along and just hits it. No, it'll actually be taken out. There is just enough guys here to take out DaRkMagic. As you see, only a couple guys left that are not flaming about. So the Men of West pushing out now after destroying the dwarf base. Dwarf is not dead. He does have a Hall of Warriors up here. as well as a Hall of Warriors and a Siege Wars Experience. Actually makes a Demolisher out of one. Nice. And now he'll be pushing forward on Mordor. As really, Mordor is the only player left, if you don't count the Dwarves. Because in the state they're in, you probably don't need to count the Dwarves, as they can't do a whole lot in the situation they're in. They have no fort, they have no base, they just have a couple of buildings here and there, which is just going to keep them alive, not going to make them win the game. Men of the West are just too strong at this point, especially now since he has the Dwarves base as a base, and he has his own base, and he actually has Gandalf now as well, so might be useful. He also had Earthquake, just in time to witness the destruction of Dummy's base, apparently. And he does have 2 trebuchets here, and that will spell the end of Mordor. There you go, immediately Dummy is taken out. And now it's just a matter of him finding the Dwarves, which can actually be a pain in this map because it's very large. Once you get down to 2 players, it's kind of hard to find a person who's hiding around. But if he got the Ivory Tower, I'd imagine that would make that 100% easier, as he would know exactly where to look. I'm surprised he doesn't have Ivory Tower. Matthew has the money, but he doesn't have it.
We guard the White Tower.
And I think at this point, I would have got Ivory Tower a long time ago if I was in his position, but that's just me. I think knowledge is power. Intel is very useful in this game, as well as any other RTS, honestly. You always want to scout. You want to know what your opponent's up to. Pretty crucial in pretty much any game here. Demolisher actually getting onto the fortress, though. How did he manage to get all the way over here without being spotted? Cloudbreak being thrown down. I don't think that does anything to a Demolisher. He does have a group of pikemen here. Is it going to be enough to actually take it down before the fortress goes down, I wonder? That would be kind of amusing if the Dwarves actually took down the fortress. But no, the Rohirrim come out. Rohirrim are actually pretty good against Demolishers. Cavalry in general, I think, is the way to go against Demolishers, because they can't be trampled. And it looks like Dwarves, that was their last hurrah. LifeThug will be quitting out of the game. He has been defeated. And Matthew, the Men of the West player from the bottom, is the victor. So yeah, pretty cool free-for-all. Yeah. I died early on. Sucks. Always sucks. But I stayed and spectated just so I could get the replay and cast it later, because that is what I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next cast of Battle for Middle-earth 2. So I will see you next time.